Okay, this
Okay,
time it
cool.
didn't take 8 years to change the status. That's cool. Let me just change the title now.
Hmm.
So, trying an adult engine for
How did you say it?
trying an adult game engine for our
Adult. Oh,
Tetris.
okay.
Yeah, game engine to our Tetris in Common-Lisp.
Okay.
And okay, go.
Yeah. Okay, so let me see how I did the ISD here. So this is what is required. Oh, and here I know how to do colors and stuff. So yeah.
No. But that's the thing. We also knew how to do the colors on the other one. The
Yeah, yeah,
problem.
yeah, but I know how to do the like images and I don't know how to do borders. If you want like a square with a border, this
Oh
is
yeah, that we don't know.
Mhm.
Well, we do know, but it's gonna be a pain in the ass because you're gonna have to draw two squares, one on top of the other, and one's gonna be transparent and the other not, and whatever.
Hmm.
So it would be like extraordinarily bad and annoying.
Yeah, but maybe this is like I don't know if it's soon possible in Trivial Game Kit. I actually seen another game done in Trivial Game Kit, which was Snake, the
Mm-hmm.
classics, and it had like only this how do I put it like the like them only like one colored single colored squares. This is what I want
Yeah.
to say. So I'm
Hey,
not
you
sure.
need to
Okay.
be have a lot of time and patience to do it in the way that I said.
Yeah.
A lot of patience.
So
Patience.
this is utilities package. Oh yeah, package. I need to fix a little bit as well. So trial, and then we go package, and then we're gonna use this. And yeah, I think I wanna just do that. Letris package. So here we will have this. And the bonus, of course, is that say next time you will be able to drive.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a thing. Although I don't remember how we did that though. I remember that we added some pieces to the flake, but I don't remember which ones anymore.
Uh, yeah, what I'm saying is that is definitely possible. Okay, so we don't need this, I think. Buttons are done differently anyway. But we'll
I
have to
wouldn't I
figure it
wouldn't
out.
remove anything
Oh,
uh,
okay.
that
Well,
we did before.
I mean, I don't like. I mean, we can switch to commit, to the previous commit always.
Okay, so you can remove it.
Like this is on GitHub, so this is why I'm removing it because. Okay, so what is this? What is this file? It's util. Oh yeah, we have two util. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, we
Okay,
have
so
one we
logic.
choose for a normal game and one we choose for Tetris
Yeah,
specific.
logic is this GameKit act, but the rest I don't
Let's not remove that though. I
touch.
think the body of that function we're gonna reuse, I believe.
Oh, well, yeah, but I need to at least comment it out because it won't like,
No,
load
sure, that's
otherwise.
that's sure.
Right, that's fair enough. Yeah, because like, yeah, we will see. Oh, who we have here? Nathan.
Hey Nathan.
Um, okay, so but the rest here I don't touch. Drawing though. Well, drawing I also. Well, drawing is like drawing is complicated. So let me comment out this. Because yeah, but we might reuse some of this code as well.
Oh yeah.
Then there is pieces, which is your old code, which I do not touch at all. Might want to refactor this at some point, but later. And yeah, util I checked, logic I checked, draw I checked. Yeah. So that's everything. Let's see if it loads. Let me restart for Quad Letris. Yes, so package game kit do not exist. Right, where is it? Oh, in util. But there is nothing in util, what the fuck? Oh, it's in other util. Yeah, this.
Oh, because you don't have
Well,
game kit X and game
X,
kit Y
yeah.
and whatever.
Well, let me, right,
Comment
but
this function out. We're definitely gonna reuse this later.
yeah, we're gonna do this.
Well, it depends how the new game engine
Yeah,
tackles the button problem, because we only need this function if because of the older way of managing
well,
buttons.
yeah, because we kind of had to implement it ourselves.
Yeah.
And also it didn't work that nicely, really, so I don't know, like, we would have
No,
to
the
something.
button part worked nicely. When you click the
Well,
reset button, it
no,
worked.
yeah, but it didn't, like, the speed at which it worked, I think it was aligned with the FPS of
Oh, that's for sure. That's for
the
sure.
whole thing. And that's kind of sad because you don't, and not all, that means that not every time I clicked it, it actually did something.
Oh, okay. So if you have
Because,
a okay, that makes sense. That makes
well,
sense.
I clicked it really quickly, but anyway, you can still like hit it at the moment when like FPS is not there. So
Yeah.
yeah, the big game that this engine uses on Steam is has buttons in the main menu as well and the music. So I hope that you know. Okay, so now I'll just let me just copy the code from this trial, and then I'll explain what it does, and then we can.
Let's go. Okay, so this is the. Is
Let
this
me
all the
just
code?
copy that. Well, yeah, this is all the code I have. There is more uh, in the in the getting started guide, but I just copied this basic example because I want you to know how to do something. Okay, so let me go to draw. I think here, and I'll just put everything here, and then we'll
Yeah,
figure
that's
out
cool.
where it goes. Yeah. So um, yeah. So this needs to be our system Letris. This is some constant that he uses internally. So let me put it here, and I'll probably put it somewhere else in the beginning.
Yeah, this is probably
But
gonna be
anyway,
into the main.lisp file later anyway.
yeah, yeah. No, main.lisp is loaded the last, and I want to load this as quickly as possible. So I'll put it probably in util or something
Oh,
because
okay.
this is just a global setting. Anyway, so what this does, it has a main class as well, which you have to inherit from a trial main. And I
Sure.
don't know, like, I guess it kind of uses the same, like, it, um, it, you can, I guess you could still put your globals in there, so similar to what we did, like, previously.
Oh,
But
does it have the slot mechanism stuff?
yeah, because I'll show you. Yeah. You can of course add the slots to the class. So
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah. But for now it's empty because I
Mhm.
didn't do anything. So
Mhm.
the main thing then we have this define asset thing, which is just I think let's see what it does. Like it's a macro. Expand this and see what happens. Yeah, it does just ensures instance of some class asset with this arguments. So what this says in the documentation, oh, I think I can just describe, define assets. Ah, yeah, it didn't index there, unfortunate. But what it does is basically it says, well, this is a pool, and this is the name of the object, and this is like the type. So this is a mesh. I don't know what a mesh is, by the way. I honestly, like, I heard the word many times, but I have no idea how to translate it to Russian. I'm not sure if there is a translation.
No, mesh, I think it's fine.
What is it?
Uh,
It's something
when I say
Dendiri.
it's fine in the sense that I know I got it, but I don't know how to. I'm not necessarily saying that I know how to explain it, but I do know what
Yeah,
it
okay.
is.
Okay, yeah. And
It's
then there
hard
is
though.
just, yeah, then there is just built-in function make rectangle mesh with sizes. Let me show it. It's just a regular function with a lot of arguments, and then he like kind of does something. You can set a line there.
Okay,
Where
that's
it is
cool. That's
aligned.
cool. We just create basically a rectangle, I guess.
Yeah.
The two
Yeah.
numbers are those the is
This is
this
size.
the size?
Yeah,
Okay,
and
so
don't
where
ask me
okay, so this
in
is
which
actually just making the
units.
object. This is not drawing it.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
This is just defining like
Okay.
the type. Yeah. The kind of the object.
Okay.
Not even an object itself. It's just an asset that you can later use in your objects. You will see how.
Okay.
And then we do this. This I don't know everything about, so I only know that this is a macro-defined shader entity. It defines a class with a meta class of shader, I think. I called it my player because we will rename it, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to inherit it from like a lot of things to get a lot of properties.
Do we have a list of
So,
all the things that we can inherit from?
well, there's like, oh, well, yeah, actually, I'm not sure. As in, I I know a lot of them, and there is a lot in the getting started guide and around, but I don't know how to get like the full list of all the shader entities, I think. Although probably there is a way actually, now that I think about it, probably there is a way, but in the repo, just to write some code and say, okay, show me all the classes that have meta class of shader. So yeah,
Sure.
because
And
this is
okay,
what it
okay, okay.
does.
Let's go on. Let's go on.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, now the main thing. So ignore this program for now, but I'll explain later why it is like this, why it should be like this. So
Okay.
there's a method setup scene, which does this, which does like setting up the scene. Basically, this is what he runs at setup.
Okay. So this is like the init, like preparation of everything.
Yeah. This is the preparation, only the preparation. It must be specialized in your like main class, so this one, and then a scene. Scene is not specialized. This is how it is in the guide. I'm not sure exactly can I specialize a scene or like. Yeah,
I
but
have a
anyway,
question. The main
yeah,
thing in parentheses is that like one is the type and the other one is the name?
yeah. The first is the name, and this is the type. Well, the
Okay.
class.
The class. Okay, cool.
And then you can like. What happens here is I say, okay, let me have the player, which is an instance of this thing, my player.
Yeah, but how do you know the fields of that thing? How do you know that?
Well, here you mean
No, no,
I
no.
just
Like you have color and vertex
yeah,
array.
yeah, yeah. So I just checked what fields does the colored entity have, and vertex array
Is
is
that easy to
in
check?
this. Yes. Well, you can just
Cool.
go to source, and this vertex array here, and you
Ah,
can
okay.
go to
So you
source here,
can check
and this is
it.
color here.
That's cool.
Yeah, located entity has the location, and as you can see, located entity is inherited from transformed and entity, so you can go there as well,
Wait a second.
and
Wait a second.
it has name, etc.
So what is effectively happening on this defined shader entity? We are doing like multi-inheritance then.
Oh yes, this
Okay.
is deeply nested multi-inheritance. There's like a lot of chains of inheritances, and actually this is cool because this is where you can play around with all these various methods, specializers in Lisp, and define after and before methods. And we actually, I think we're going to use that.
Okay, this is very interesting because as far as I can tell, one of the main critiques of object-oriented systems is because most of the time you don't have multi-inheritance, and then you have to blow up like the superclass with everything that you possibly may need, and then when you start instantiating your objects, you just have like empty fields from the superclass because this specific entity doesn't use them. But in this particular case, because we do have multi-inheritance, you just add exactly what you need. You don't have to blow up a superclass and then
You can
specialize it
see
later.
you can see how all these classes say vertex entity is really small. It only has one slot, but it is inherited from a renderable, which is an empty class actually. And then the colored entity also only has one slot, and it's not even inherited. And then the located entity only has one slot, but it's inherited from transformed and entity. And then the entity is like this class, which has a name, is inherited from scene mode, and yeah, scene mode is like initial, and so on and so forth. Listener is a class to like be able to listen to the events, and transform entity is, I'm not sure what it does actually. I'm not sure. I
No,
think
but that's
it
fine.
is to
That's
be
fine.
able to transform. Yeah.
I just wanted to mention that this multi-inheritance thing is like very, very useful and convenient because we are basically not having the superclass bloated problem. That's
Yeah.
cool. Go.
Anyway, so this is the color, and then the vertex array is like basically this mesh. So I say take, so this weird function, this is a function by the way. This slash slash is a function. And what it does, it extracts from this pool this asset.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
And the vertex array is going to be this asset. So I have two my players, quote unquote my players, with this color. This one has a different location. And yeah, same thing. Then I say magical words, enter player scene, load there, basically, and enter enemy scene, which is understandable. This just loads like thing in the container.
Yeah, but mutation city, right?
Uh, yeah,
I
this
believe
is,
you are mutating the
yeah,
scene probably.
yeah, it definitely mutates the scene, like for sure.
Okay, that's cool. Uh, do you
Then,
have to instantiate the camera?
yeah,
That's
you
so weird.
instantiate the camera. So, for example, let me actually do the whole thing. Like, let me, because I copied this code and I'm not sure in which order it should load. Let me just freaking reload it and see if it loads actually. It should load. Yeah. So if I do this, what? Oh, damn! I forgot to copy the key map.
Oh yeah, we need the
Yeah,
key
we
map.
will need key map. So the key map is, it's like it should be. Let me see where. Yeah, file Letris key map. So it, I think you can like specify the directory, but one second.
Sure. That's cool.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
No problem.
So let's see. Let's check real quick. Yeah, so you can specify the path for the key map, but let's just put it like in the
Yeah, for now it's
info.
fine to put in the root.
But you can specify the path. It's just that you need to
Yeah,
like.
we're gonna put that inside the game folder for sure later.
Yes. So trial, and then there is a key map, and I only have this. So I'll just copy it and go back and insert this here and save it, and this should be fine. Yeah, so where is that? Oh yeah. Yeah, so as you can see, if I launch it like this and use it, I see the squares, but if I comment out the camera, I will see this. What?
Ooh, what is that?
Square is really big. Oh, I think it has like, this is my square because I'm moving it. Yeah, see?
Oh, you think this is your square?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a type of like it's a camera instantiation type of thing, like Cinema 4D. I don't know if you
Yeah.
ever use that type of software.
Um, no, I haven't.
Yeah, so when you have
Let me
like
see what
when you
happens
use
if I
Cinema
do this.
4D, you have to instantiate where you want the camera to be, and that heavily changes how you're gonna make your scene in your animation and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. So the idea is the same. That's cool.
Yeah, the camera here, you can also choose where is the starting position, but we wouldn't need that. Just saying
Yeah,
that
of
it's
course,
like,
Santa. It is because I did Simulator 4D because of Minecraft back in the day. That's like I don't know, 10 years ago. It's been a while.
yeah. Anyway, and the last is like, this I don't know at all. There is this thing. This I don't understand. Like,
Do
I
we know what
assume
is
this,
a render pass though?
well, we can go and check, but it's like,
The heck is this?
it has color and depth, and it is inherited from per object pass,
Do you
which
know what happens if you
is,
comment that out?
no, I didn't try, but we can try. Okay, so let's comment this out, and then still the launch. Yeah, not, it's just a black screen.
Okay, so
So it probably like renders all the objects.
okay, okay, let's put it like that.
Yeah, and yeah, it just was in all the examples, and it was like this in like two games, two small quote unquote games that I checked. It just was like this. So I just assume you put this in your code and it just works. So it's fine. I think.
Okay, what is the next line though?
Oh yeah, this one. So this function, like if you want to do the interactive development, you want to change the scene setup, for example. Just recompiling this method won't do anything because the setup already happened. So what you want to do is call this function called maybe reload scene, and then it will like reload the scene and do the setup again. And if you change the setup, then you will see it on the screen. Does it make
Okay,
sense?
okay.
So the reason this is all in program is because what you want to do is change this method and then just press Ctrl C, and it will recompile everything and run this.
Oh, okay. So you can, if you don't want, if you for some reason you don't want the interactive development, you cannot use a program if you don't have the maybe reload scene.
Yeah. Like this is just for convenience, so I don't have to press Ctrl C on this and then Ctrl C on this.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Yeah, and then there is this, which is define action set, which just, well, under the hood it just defines a class called in game. But basically it defines like quote unquote the set of actions that you can take. And then this one is the only action that I did in this, like, you know, testing thing, which is, it's inherited from directional action and it's like in this pool. So it's also inherited from this.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
But how do you
Now,
move though? How do you control that?
yeah. I'll show you.
Oh, it is there.
So
Okay,
yeah.
define handler. Okay.
Yeah, define handler. It defines a method called handle. So we can actually just define handle. But define handler is, I guess, a shortcut. So then the following is the launch. There is a certain magic with the package happening here, which is required. I'm not even going to go into details. It is only required for this loading of key map because
Mm-hmm.
it will do something with the key map where it will change the package. So blah blah blah, whatever. There is a key map file which has this like a DSL sort of language. It
Definitely.
has
Yeah.
like directional move, and then there is like a stick, so you can control it with a
In a
controller.
controller. Yeah.
Yeah, and the keys one off and then VASD. So this is like the allowed keys. And what else? Yeah, and when then we say that this action set is active by doing this, you can deactivate it at any moment.
What
For
does it mean
example,
to deactivate something?
as far as I understand, the idea is basically that maybe at some points you don't want certain keys to work, certain keys like certain sets of keys to work.
Oh, you can forbid.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And then we just like call the trial launch thing on the main class and whatever arguments we passed in, but there are none. As you can see, I passed it without arguments, so yeah, basically just this. Just call it on main.
Okay.
And because the main is here, it does the setup and everything. And then there is this define handler, which goes like this. It says, okay, so this is all classes it specifies on. In this case, it's my player and tick. And this is their slots. So let me actually show you what it expands into because it's easier like this. The expansion makes way more sense to me than the handler itself. It is a method called diff method handle. It's on tick of class tick and my player of class my player. It says get me dt slot of value tick or dt slot of class tick, so we can like go and check. Tick has 3 slots: tt, dt, and fc. Don't ask me what that is.
Yeah.
We will see though, at least one of them we will get the idea. And then we say, okay, get me this, which this is one of the details I said that I'm trying to figure out. I'm not sure about this, but like this is sort of the, like, it is a vector. In this particular case, it is a vec4.
Oh, it's a vec4.
Yeah. I
Can
can,
you do
how,
you know
I,
the values of this usually, or they change all the time the values of the vec4?
no, like what happens is like by default it is 000.
Sure.
But when I press VASD, it knows how to like which one should be 1 or -1.
Okay. Okay. I thought it would be
I
something
know
like
this.
-1, 1, and 0. Yes.
Yeah, no, I think it ignores the last two. Uh, I know this because I did basically print movement, and I can show you what happens. So I do launch, and this
Okay.
happens. See?
Okay, so it's basically a vec4 for probably another reason, and you're just reusing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I guess the reason it is a vec4 is because maybe he wants to, like, well, I don't know. Let me think. It can be a vec3, I guess, because in 3D you want at least 3 arguments, right? Well, what is the fourth is
Oh, that makes a ton of sense actually.
the
Okay, so
vec4.
maybe 2D for 2D games, 3D for 3D games, and 4D for games that like you have depth and time management of some sort or something like that.
Maybe I don't know. Like maybe. Well, anyway, it's this, and then this is just like the logic. I mean, he says, okay, increment the vx of location of my player, and my player is like all objects of class my player, but we can like specify if you want something more specific. 2 dt multiplied by speed multiplied by vx movement. So movement is this thing, and this is like 1 and or 0 or -1, you know.
Yeah, so
And then
my
speed is the speed, and then this is, I guess, how many like ticks happen or
yeah, I think
something.
dt is like it's representing an infinitesimal amount of time that happened at some during a tick or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so a couple questions now that we passed through all the code. Do
Mm-hmm.
we know the pipeline in which all of these things are called?
Uh, well, well, I know like I think 3 things, which is this setup scene happens first,
Sure.
and then there are ticks, which we also need, and then there is let me see where it is. So yeah, so this yeah, so there is another handler here, which is specialized. So he wanted, what he had in the tutorial is the cube, and he wanted for you to be able to move it around like in all directions. And also, if you press space, it will like become transparent.
Mm-hmm.
So as you can see, this handler here sets like the transparency to be 10x of what it was.
Oh, I think I see that. So can you scroll up?
Mm-hmm.
So if you go to the key mapping a little bit more, please.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there. You define your key mapping stuff, and then for move and hide and things like that, you can define a handler that will be triggered when the event of that group, I don't know, happens. So if you
Well,
press WASD, then
mm-hmm.
you're gonna handle it in a different way if you press spacebar, apparently.
Yeah, it's different because like here he wants something to happen on a tick, and then he wants to like extract movement inside. But you can also say that if hide happens,
Okay, so you can
it,
either
tick doesn't
define
matter.
in terms of the time, in terms of the ticks, or in terms of the event then.
Yeah, yeah, basically that.
Uh-huh.
And here's another reason. It can be like event of key press, any key press, and then you
Ah.
can extract
Do
the
we have a
key
list
and
of those?
keep like
What
list
can
of
we?
what.
Yeah, we have key press and have tick, but those
Mm-hmm.
seems like to be vanilla defined, like default
Mm-hmm.
defined. Where
Mm-hmm.
can we know which ones are default?
Um, I mean, he doesn't have a list of those, but we can figure it out because I can write some code that will
Sure.
just find them.
Sure.
But this is like the basics. I actually looked at that and I was like, well, this is all we need, at least for now, basically. So,
Um, um, okay, I have another question. Can you go back to our code?
mm-hmm.
Where are we defining? Oh, there, location. This is where we define. Wait, the location is at
This is like a
vec3?
starting location. Yes, location is a vec3, but I